Animals use a pumping heart to push blood through their bodies. Plants lack a heart, yet giant sequoias can move water hundreds of feet upward against gravity, while simultaneously sending sugars all the way down to their deepest roots. To accomplish this, plants rely on a specialized internal plumbing network. It operates like a dual-lane highway, with two distinct parallel tracks running through the roots, stems, and leaves. One track is the xylem, a system of dead, hollow tubes dedicated entirely to transporting water and dissolved minerals strictly upwards. The other track is the phloem, a network of living cells that move synthesized food, like sugars, in multiple directions wherever the plant needs it. These two systems sit right next to each other, but operate using entirely different physical mechanisms. Mastering how plants move materials means understanding the distinct physical laws governing these two parallel tubes. Water first enters a plant from the soil through the root hairs. Because the inside of the root has a higher concentration of minerals than the wet soil outside, water naturally flows in through osmosis. This influx creates a slight upward push at the base, called root pressure, but root pressure is weak. It can only push water up a few feet. For water to reach the canopy of a tall tree, the plant doesn't push from below, it pulls from above. This diagram outlines the upward pathway. Water moves from the soil, up the xylem, reaching the leaf veins. Here, water evaporates out of stomata. This transpiration leaves an empty space, creating a negative suction force at the top of the xylem. This chart details the physical properties making this suction work. Through cohesion, water molecules attract each other, forming an unbroken chain down to the roots. Simultaneously, adhesion makes these molecules stick to the xylem walls, preventing gravity from pulling the column apart. When one molecule evaporates from the top, it physically tugs on the next one down the line. The ascent of sap in the xylem operates entirely as a passive process. Solar energy drives the evaporation, and the resulting physical tension hauls the unbroken chain of water upward through dead, empty tubes. While water moves up to the leaves themselves are manufacturing food. These sugars must be transported from where they are made, the source, to the areas of the plant that need energy or store it, the sinks. This movement is called translocation. This diagram illustrates translocation. Phloem uses living cells and ATP. The plant actively pumps sucrose from the leaf into the phloem. Water from the xylem enters, creating high turgor pressure that squeezes the sap to sinks. There, sugars are unloaded and water cycles back. Let's take a quick pause. Can you actively recall which transport system utilizes ATP energy and which relies on purely passive physical forces? Translocation in the phloem is an active, pressure-driven mass flow that costs the plant energy to pump sugars. This is distinctly different from the xylem, which relies on a passive vacuum pull created by evaporating water. This diagram illustrates the girdling experiment, proving phloem transports food downwards. On the right, a ring of bark is removed. Because phloem is in this outer layer, cutting it severs the pathway. Sugars pool above the cut, causing dramatic swelling. Even though the bark is completely gone, the leaves above the cut remain hydrated. The inner wood of the stem contains the xylem, which was left intact, allowing water to continue flowing upward completely uninterrupted. Here is your exam cheat sheet. Xylem transports water upwards through dead, hollow tubes. Phloem transports sugars multidirectionally through living cells. The main distinction? Xylem relies passively on transpiration pull. Phloem uses osmotic pressure driven by active ATP energy. A plant's survival relies on this precise physiological balance. It exploits the passive physical laws of water to hydrate its highest leaves, and expends active biological energy to distribute its food, ensuring every single cell stays alive.